here we are for quarter two of game one. So 12-14 at the end of the quarter. Blue with 2 penalties, red with 1. What were some of the other stats at the end of that first quarter?
Yeah, so at the end of the first quarter, as you can see there, the score is 12-14. 5 penalties by blue, only 1 by red, and then a couple errors on the blue side, but none on the red side. So a much better quarter played by the red. As far as the percentage of throws that were made, you can see on the red, a very high percentage of throws are actually backhand. 84% actually on the red side throw. There's backhand.
There's another backhand.
Yep, there's another one.
There's an error for red, so that's going to give blue a point.
14-13. But as you see, the blue,
did you see that hop?
Did you see that? That was a tricky hop there, and a great throw right after. But you see the blue, they use a wide array of different throws. As you can see in the game, there's a lot of different throws that can be made. There's backhands, there's flicks, there's thumbers, chicken wings, as you can see there.
That top-down throw we talked in the last quarter. There's another point by blue.
Yeah, top-down
Takes
throw.
The lead.
Very interesting throw. And then there's also,
another point for blue.
For those ambidextrous players, right-handed and left-handed. And then it provides a lot of flexibility to throw a lot of different throws and come up with your own.
That was a nice backhand. It looks like blue's really taking away the second quarter, though, so far.
I think that was 3 or 4 out of the first 5 throws or so there were scores there. So really running away here in the second quarter.
So I don't know if you haven't noticed yet, the backhands, they tend to have a left curve from the thrower's point of view. Sidearms will tend to have a right curve from the thrower's point of view. It's just like a fade with a normal throw.
Good toss there. It was a good spot. Another got a tie game again. So let's talk about the different field types. So you can play on regular grass. As you can see, this is a soccer field. You can also play on turf. Cody, what's the difference between a grass field and turf field?
Well, you definitely have different speeds of the game. Oh, that was a nice throw there. That looked like was that a point? It may have bounced after the pitch line, actually.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it ever made it in.
Oh.
No, it didn't.
But like I was saying, I think the biggest difference... Oh, that was a nice throw.
Error. Should have caught that.
Back to your point, though, the difference is mainly in the speed of the game. I played on AstroTurf, and it's a lot faster paced game. Paced and especially the throws. Players can get off much faster throws on AstroTurf or very hard ground or short grass. The longer the grass is, the more friction you're going to have there. It's going to slow down your throws. But, yeah, AstroTurf has really fast play. This field looks like it had pretty fast play, actually.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the shorter your grass is out there on the field, the faster the field's going to play. And you may see different types of games. To your point on the turf, it is a much faster game. And it's much tougher to play defense because those Frisbees can hum on that turf. And then also your slow game, I feel like, is a lot better because you're playing with very standardized field all the way across. There's not going to be any, variabilities in the grass length or any little holes or anything like that.
It looked like a nice point by blue.
What do you prefer to play on?
I think a field like this one, grass field, it's nice to slide on, dive on, usually. This one's a hard grass field, short grass, and it has a fast gameplay. That's me personally. He should have had that catch. That's definitely an error on blue. So I prefer a fast grass field personally.
Now, I will say the wear and tear on the arm, if you have a taller grass field, you really, if you want some hard throws in there, that's an error. If you want some hard throws, you got to really throw it on that taller grass, and it can wear you out.
A nice throw.
A lot quicker than on turf. Whereas turf, you may not have to put as much oomph in your throw, and you can still get it down the field pretty fast. But the taller grass can really wear you out.
Yeah, I could see that, and I would say games where you like AstroTurf, when you're playing on AstroTurf, or another fast field like this one, I would say you typically see more points being scored in general compared to a slow field. You know, you're tiring the players out a lot more because you got faster throws that you just can't get to.
Yeah, as you can see, you know they're moving from one side of the field to the other, and you're following those angles all the way out on the slants.
There was a point there. It must have been a drop.
I think it hit right past the pitch line there. So you know you're really wearing your players out. Looks like he might get him.
He had him run to the other side. Now he's going for the right side. He's making Blue run, you know.
Yeah, you see Blue moving back and forth. So is Red, really.
Oh, he was trying to rush that throw, and he got an error.
Yeah, that was a penalty.
But he was making him run, and you know, if he kept doing that, he was going to score.
And
these are penalty shots.
Yep, these are penalty
that was his
shots
third
here.
error.
So you see Blue moving up all the way to the penalty line. And
2 throws, no points so far. He threw a top-down throw and a chicken wing. And just normal backhand. You know, it didn't look like he really tried on that third throw. But he's about to get one to start off on. Gameplay is going to resume.
You know, he looked like he's trying to get his throws off pretty quick, catch him off guard. Red is playing up.
And he just got a third penalty. Now it's penalty shots for Red.
Okay, so time really legitimately started for like 2 seconds and then now stopped again.
Well, how do you think that makes Blue?
All right, let's bring up this point here. So he had penalty shots. He threw what would normally be a penalty, but since it's during penalty shots, again, the offensive player can't get penalties during penalty shots.
Yes, and it is nice. It's also important to notice that when Blue got his penalty, that's because he was starting off the game. That wasn't a penalty shot. He was just resuming gameplay.
Yep, exactly.
But going back to the Blue's penalty shots, how do you think that makes him feel? He gets his penalty shots, doesn't score on any of them, and then he immediately gets a penalty, giving Red a chance to score on him.
Yep, that's Friz for you.
And you know, it doesn't look like Red's gonna score on these penalty shots either. So
he didn't. He's 0 for 3. So that's
this is basically just a 2-minute pause in the game. Nothing happened here.
Let's see. So I mean, some good defense played there. Was that?
That looks like a point there, and that was the throw to start the game back, I believe.
So that was in there. That was a good throw.
And that throw was the resuming game throw. So here's Blue.
Oh,
that's a high one. That looks like that's curving out. I don't think that's gonna be in. They might be discussing it.
Yeah, that was out.
And you'll see in the field, the players will be discussing some of the calls.
That was a good throw. He's really the Reds really getting that left slant over there. He's really dropping him in over there. Tough to defend as you ride down the slants. You really, and it causes you to play back some.
Oh, that's an error.
Yeah, that's an error. You gotta
now, when he says left slant, he was just talking about the far slant from your point of view on Blue's side of the field.
Exactly.
That was another point for Red. Looks like Blue didn't even try for that one. He just saw it going, and he was like, no chance.
So Cody, tell me about the slants on the field, the different angles that are out there.
So it's basically from the parallel line to the slant. Oh man, that was an error. He was getting ready to make his next throw, and he just
you gotta stay focused.
Didn't execute the catch. Like I was saying, the angle between the long parallel line, and the slant is 120 degrees, and the angle between the pitch line and the slant would be 150.
So how do you measure that?
Well, the best way to do it is we just mark an angle, which is we mark a 120 degree angle on the frisbee, and then we use the frisbee as a
marker right there on the corner, so you can basically pull out your strap so it matches that angle, and there you have your slants. So very easy to set up. Speaking of that, tell us about this field. What's the setup like?
Yeah, you know what? Let's go back a little bit. When myself, wow, that was a tough dive, and he didn't even get it. When we first started playing, we were playing in the yard. It wasn't even very even of a surface, and we would spray paint the fields, and that got old really quick because if you had a week between games, you'd have to spray paint the fields again. And if you wanted to go to a park like they're playing here on someone else's field, they wouldn't be allowed to spray paint on it. They might have a soccer game the next couple of days. So what they have here is straps laid out. So you have all the lines of the game. They don't really interfere with the frisbee that much, and it's a very nice visual way to have the field out and not mess up people's other fields, so you can take it to a park and play.
Yep, this is the official Friz field and the dimensions, so really easy to set up. You basically have your straps that are cut out. There's the 25-foot cut pieces, the 50 or the 60-foot cut, the long one parallels, and then you have your slants. These are all rolled up, so you really just roll them out, and then when you're done, you just roll them back up. It's what would you say, about 10, maybe 15 minutes to set up, and then maybe 15 minutes to roll back up, and you're all set. So really easy to set up the game for
nice
pickup play.
There. Yeah, I would say 10 minutes to set up and maybe 15 minutes to put up.
Yeah, so if you're interested in a field, again, please message us, and we'll get back to you. We can get you a field so you can play.
That was a nice point there.
That's another error right there. But again, the setup's really easy. So feel free to message us if you're interested in getting a field, and we can set that up for you.
Here we are near the end of the quarter.
That's
24-24, 1-1. It is a complete tie game right now in terms of counts. But yeah, you can message us at frizvision@gmail.com. Hope you enjoyed the second quarter, and you'll come and join us for the third quarter of the game.